This carrot pasta is what weeknight dinner dreams are made of. It's got wide pappardelle noodles that are twirled in between these beautiful carrot ribbons, warm thyme, and topped with toasted walnuts. It doesn't get better than this. Let's get started. We've got our water on to boil, and in the meantime, let's prep our carrots. So we are going to be using carrot ribbons and diced carrots so that we don't waste any in this. So we'll grab our whole carrot. These ones have massive greens on them, which you can reserve, add them to vegetable stock, make carrot top pesto. Doesn't matter what you do. If yours don't come with greens, that's totally fine. So we will snip off the ends here. Normally, I like to just leave the peels on carrots. For this recipe, I am gonna just lightly peel off the exterior. And I'm really only doing this for appearance purposes. You could absolutely leave this exterior on. Okay, so now we've got our peeled carrot and we're gonna make our ribbons. So grab a peeler. You could use this kind or a Y peeler. Hold your carrot and you're just gonna press more firmly than you would to remove just the outer peel. And then make your ribbons. So as you press harder down, and the further you get in your carrot, obviously they will get wider. And once you're like at the middle where it's getting a little bit, tricky to peel and you can see the inside, you can flip it. And we'll do the same on this side. And then when you feel like, okay, it's not really peeling well anymore, that's when we're going to dice it, just so, again, we're not wasting any carrots. So go ahead, chop off the top, and then dice it as you would for any other recipe. Okay, want a little carrot? She's not sure about vegetables yet. All right, and now we'll dice our shallots. So peel it, and then if you've got a really round bulb like this, I like to just cut it in half to give it a nice stable surface. And the shallot is gonna pair really nicely with the carrots in this. Adds a really nice savoriness without being too overpowering. Oh, now they're hitting me though. And we do need about 1 cup of shallot. So it uses quite a bit to really balance out the sweetness of the carrots. How many shallots you use will depend on their size. Yeah. We are going to use thyme as our main herb because it is the perfect pairing with carrots. So grab your thyme sprig, hold it at the top, and gently pull down. If it breaks, that's okay. And then the leaves come off. These smaller stems are okay if you leave them in the pile. They'll just really get chopped down and broken off. But I will pull off the leaves if there's a larger stem. Just give it a good chop. It doesn't have to be too precise because the leaves are obviously pretty fine. But a good chop to get through the stems and break them up a little bit is all we need. We're gonna start by heating up a little butter and olive oil in our pan. So I just like using both. They just balance each other out really well, but you could absolutely choose one or the other. We're still ready? Okay. With the butter melted, we're gonna add in our chopped or diced shallot here. And it's gonna saute for about 8 to 10 minutes to get really tender and bring out such a good flavor. And to do that, we need our salt. So add a pinch of salt with it. This will also help them really soften up. Give them a good stir in that melted butter. Can't believe I forgot the salt back there. The diced carrot goes in with the shallot as well. Since they're a little hardier than the ribbons, they need more time to cook up. So they'll get nice and flavorful with the shallot, And then later on, we'll cook the ribbons. Next, we're gonna add in our minced garlic. So I'm using my favorite garlic press. Add the whole clove in there. So easy. Okay. So we've got 4 cloves going in. Of course, I'm a big fan of garlic, so I will always support adding more. All right, give that a little stir, just so they don't burn, while we're gonna add in our fresh thyme, and then a little pinch of red pepper flakes for a really nice flavor. Give it a stir. Can also add in some freshly ground black pepper right now. Okay. And the fresh parsley. It's so pretty already. All right, that garlic's had a minute to soften up, so now we're gonna deglaze the pan with some white wine. There's only about a 1/4 cup going in. So if you need to substitute with extra vegetable stock, go ahead, but I love the flavor that using white wine adds. Scrape off any little brown bits on the bottom, and that's gonna give us really wonderful flavor. Okay, and we're gonna add our vegetables. We're gonna also add our carrot ribbons and then vegetable stock. So this is the base of our sauce. So we'll bring it to a simmer for a few minutes while our pasta noodles finish boiling. Don't forget to reserve your pasta water. As a little trick to remind myself, I leave a measuring cup either in the strainer or right next to my spoon that I'm stirring the pasta with. Oh, I forgot the couple dashes of Worcestershire sauce. Wow, it's just gonna add just a little unique umami flavor. You won't even know it's there. Make sure you are getting one that's exclusively vegetarian if you need to. While the sauce simmers, this is the perfect time to toast the walnuts to really bring out a warm nuttiness in them. Add them to a small pan and toast them until they're warmed through, which will take about 2 to 3 minutes. But watch it carefully so that they don't burn. Then we'll chop them up. Cook the noodles about 2 minutes under al dente because they're gonna finish in the sauce. Add in the half and half, that should be about room temperature. And then start with about 1/4 to a 1/2 cup. I usually add a 1/2 cup total of pasta water into the sauce. This really helps the sauce stick to the noodles and just makes it really luxurious. So toss it together and then you'll keep it at a simmer so that that sauce thickens and the noodles finish cooking in it. All right, we'll just plate it up now. I like to use tongs for pasta because it really helps get a nice little twirl on there. Get those carrot ribbons in there. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Oh, if you could only smell this. Then garnish with those toasted walnuts. They add such a nice texture too. And a little fresh parsley, of course. All right, should we dig in? Let's try to get a bite of everything. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. Oh my goodness, those carrot ribbons are so tender and they twirl in so wonderfully with this pasta. Bites of walnuts, perfectly toasted. And the sauce is like, it's hearty and creamy, but it's light, so it's not too rich. It's just seriously the perfect balance. You've got to make this for dinner. It's so easy, it's so delicious. It'd even be great for date night. So Join me back here next week for another meatless meal that everyone will love. And until then, happy eating. That got weird. Wasn't like Jessica's.